Tennis aficionados, welcome back to the channel. Today, an incredibly significant narrative is taking place in the California desert. A story so gripping and a conflict so intense that it practically sent shockwaves through the entire world, especially China. Often dubbed to as a fifth Grand Slam and the ultimate tennis paradise, the 2026 BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells just produced a 64 matchup that will go down in Asian and international tennis history. Alexandra Eala, a 20-year-old emerging star from the Philippines, will take on Zhang Shuai, a 37-year-old Chinese tennis legend and multiple Grand Slam champion, on the Sunbay courts. This is not your average WTA match. This is a collision between generations. This is the immovable object of legendary experience colliding with the unstoppable force of youth. This deep dive's title says it all. China as a whole is completely shocked. Why? Because there is a seismic upheaval occurring in the established order of Asian tennis. Chinese players, led by veterans like Zhang Shuai and inspired by the pioneering Li Nan, have been the unquestionable cornerstone of Asian presence on the WTA Tour for more than 10 years. With a thundering left-handed forehand, a career-high ranking of world number 31, and the support of one of the most fervent fan bases in the sport's history, a new queen from Southeast Asia has arrived at the gates today. We must examine the current environment at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden in order to comprehend the enormity of this moment. Imagine this. A stunning day in the Coachella Valley. The California sun shines on the slow, gritty hard courts, but the true heat is in the stands. The stadium has seen thousands of spectators, turning it into a colorful sea of Chinese and Philippine flags. The suspense of a major championship final is palpable, and the intensity is electrifying. Eala entered the tournament as a seeded player for the first time in a WTA 1000 event and was awarded a coveted first-round bye, despite the fact that we are only in the second round. She has been waiting in the wings, honing her skills and getting ready for the winner of the exhausting first-round fights. And none other than Zhang Shuai, the timeless wonder and seasoned veteran who refuses to fade into the twilight, emerges from that tumultuous first round. Zhang Shuai, who is 37 years old, is assembling a late-career comeback that defies all accepted wisdom in contemporary tennis. Zhang is still out there fighting, still snorts, grinding, and still hitting the ball with that signature flat-piercing precision, even though players her age have long ago retired to the commentary booth. This possible clash was highlighted by analysts when the draw was originally announced. However, many questioned the veteran's ability to make it to the round of 64 to face the young, rested Filipina. However, Zhang did what Jung always does. She persevered, adjusted and triumphed, setting up this massive confrontation that has Chinese fans and media utterly enthralled and, to be honest, on edge. The extreme unpredictability and high stakes of this encounter are what create the shock effect in this situation. For Zhang Shuai, this is an issue of pride, legacy, and demonstrating that the traditional guard can still hold their ground against the bold, assertive younger generation. This is a statement match for Alexandra Eala. It's a chance to demonstrate that her incredible ascent over the previous 52 weeks, during which she broke into the top 50, defeated several Grand Slam winners, and gained widespread recognition, was not a passing phase but rather the start of a new era. Eala is looking down a player who became a professional when she was only a toddler as she approaches the baseline and spins her racket. It's an amazing contrast. We are seeing the torch pass. Or maybe a legendary veteran who won't give up that mantle. The path both athletes made to reach this particular area of hardcourt in California makes this game worthy of our undivided attention. Let's go back in time and see Alexandra Eala's remarkable ascent. She was a highly anticipated talent less than 2 years ago, having graduated from the Rafinadal Academy and battling her way to the demanding ITF circuits in an attempt to break into the elite level of the women's game. The junior Grand Slam titles belonged to her. Her skill was unadulterated. However, for many young prodigies, the move to the senior tour is a graveyard of dashed hopes. Eala, however, is constructed differently. Her season in 2025 was truly revolutionary. She was a young player trying to get some experience and came to the Miami Open as a wild card. Rather, she ignited the tennis world. She sent shockwaves through the sport with her incredible run to the semifinals, defeating heavyweights like Madison Keys and Iga Swiatek, as well as past world number ones and Grand Slam winners. She demonstrated that she had a deadly blend of stifling court coverage, powerful top spin, and an untrainable mental toughness. Eala's trajectory has been vertical since that miracle in Miami. In Guadalajara, she won her first WTA 125 title. On the grass courts of Eastbourne, she advanced to her first WTA circuit final, demonstrating her versatility. Her first main draw wins at the US Open and the French Open marked her breakthrough in the Grand Slams. Every time she hits a ball, she carries the dreams of more than 100 million people, making her the highest-ranked Filipino tennis player in history. And she bears that burden with a cheerful disposition, a captivating personality, and an unwavering work ethic. She trained with seasoned German campaigner Laura Siegemans in Argentina's rising star Salana Sierra before entering Indian Wales. She specifically adjusted her heavy left-handed baseline game to the infamously slow, high-bouncing conditions of the Indian well surface. She is here to conquer, not just to take part. And a lady whose career is a masterclass in perseverance stands in her way. Shuai Zhang. You must comprehend Zhang's heritage in order to comprehend why China is anticipating this match. Early in her career, this player notoriously went through a record-breaking 14-match losing skid in Grand Slam main draws. The sport had completely destroyed her, and she was about to retire. However, she radically changed the course of events in 2016 at the Australian Open, ending that run with an emotional, heartbroken victory and riding that wave all the way to the quarterfinals. She is defined by her tenacity. She has won 2 Grand Slam doubles titles. Her tennis IQ is extraordinarily high. She lacks Eala's enormous explosive force, but she does have exceptional timing, excellent court posture, and the capacity to precisely absorb pace and reroute it. She is still making amazing progress in 2026. She recently advanced to the Merida Open semifinals, demonstrating that her style of play is still effective against a contemporary hard-hitting tourist. This match's psychological warfare is incredibly captivating. Eala is staring at a living legend on the other side of the internet. A highly respected player. Zhang is staring at a futuristic mirror on the other side of the internet. A youthful, formidable player who can hit a ball so hard it could rip the racket from your hands. The Chinese fanbase is aware of Eala's threat. Just a few weeks ago, they watched her car for the draw in Dubai, when she shocked Jasmine Paolini, ranked 8th in the world. They are aware that Xiong's 37-year-old legs might not be able to track down Eala's enormous forehand if it takes fire. Not merely the fact that this match is taking place is shocking in China. It's the knowledge that their seasoned hero is facing a 20-year-old sensation who appears headed for the top spot in the globe. This is the 2026 BNP Paribas Open's ultimate hook. It involves more than simply forehands and backhands. It is about pride in one's country, the development of the game, and the collision of 2 entirely distinct tennis eras. Every strategic choice will be amplified by Indian Wells' sluggish courts, making this encounter a top-tier cerebral and physical chess match. Let's now move on to the main points of this contest and perform a thorough, in-depth tactical analysis of how this match will be won or lost on Tennis Paradise's courts. We must begin with the surface when examining a match of this size. On the WTA circuit, Indian Wells is a singular beast. Yes, the court is hard, but it has a combination of dry and gritty surface composition. A unique play experience is created by the thin air of the desert. The ball travels swiftly through the air, but it drastically slows down and kicks up high when it bounces on a surface with high friction. This dynamic significantly determines tactical advantages and drastically changes the court's geometry. Alexandra Eala's desert grit arsenal. These conditions are a double-edged sword for Alexandra Eala, but she's learning to use them to lethal effect. Eala's left-handed forehand is her primary weapon. With its powerful RPMs, or revolutions per minute, it is a contemporary biomechanical marvel that pushes her opponents far behind the baseline. That top-spin forehand will explode on Indian Wells' sluggish courts, regularly jumping higher than Zhang Shuai's shoulder height. Eala's main win condition is this. Eala has mastered the technique of the strong high-bouncing cross-court rally by making use of her time spent training at the RAF and Nadal Academy. Eala has a significant geometric advantage when she traps Zhang into a cross-court forehand-to-backhand exchange. In order to create the down-the-line passing lanes, she will try to force Zhang farther and farther. Additionally, it appears that Eala is actively honing her transition game based on her latest training session with Laura Siegemans, a well-known claycourt tactician and double specialist. Sheer force won't always penetrate the opposition due to the slow courts. Drop shots, angles and finishing points at the net are all necessary. Eala becomes extremely difficult to stop if she can combine her baseline artillery with strategically placed forward movement. Eala's mental conditioning must also be examined. Physical domination wasn't the only aspect of her breakout 2025 season. It was an example of a fiercely competitive mindset. She didn't worry when she lost against seasoned opponents. She had faith in her strategy and her conditioning. Eala's confidence is at an all-time high after defeating top 10 opponents in the Dubai Tennis Championships quarterfinals before losing to Coco Gauff. She is aware that she belongs on these enormous stadium courts. The pressure of becoming the top-ranked Filipina in history. She doesn't seem to be crushed by the enormous crowd screaming her name. It makes her feel better. Jingai's masterclass for veterans. On the other hand, we have to carefully dissect Jianggu's counterattack. Zhang will probably lose a physical war of attrition if she attempts to engage in a baseline slugfest with a 20-year-old powerhouse. Disruption, anticipation, and seizing the ball very early are the keys to Xiong's success. Zhang Shuai has a very clean, flat style of play. Her flat shots tend to sit up in the strike zone rather than skidding around the court. Thus a slow Indian Wells court actually works against her natural stroke production because she lacks Eala's enormous top spin. Zhang needs to move inside the baseline in order to combat this. Before Eala's powerful top spin can take flight, she must cut off the angles. Excellent timing and footwork are needed for this. Zhang will deprive Eala of the opportunity to build up those enormous sweeping ground strokes if she can take the ball on the rise. Zhang is also a very good doubles player. She is the most knowledgeable person on tour when it comes to court geometry and the net game. Despite her intelligence, A occasionally makes the mistake of staying too far behind the baseline. By using sharp angles, dragging Eala forward with short slice backhands, and making the young Filipina create her own pace from uncomfortable spots within the court, Zhang will try to take advantage of this. The Chinese legend has a real chance to pull off an upset if Zhang can make this match a game of cat and mouse, using her seasoned cunning to disrupt Eala's rhythm. Zhang's fitness levels are still quite strong, as seen by her recent performances, particularly her deep run in Merida. She demonstrated her endurance by surviving tough three-set fights in the intense Mexican heat. But Indian Wells hefty balls require powerful leg strength on each and every hit. Eala's tactical advantage increases with the length of the rallies. Jean needs to make her point succinctly, sharply, and completely on her terms. The dynamics of the serve and return. Now let's examine the serving stats. Eala's serve is a powerful weapon, especially her broad slider from the ad court. Because she is left-handed, her wide serve completely removes right-handed opponents from the court, creating space for a standard forehand put away across the stadium. If Zhang chips the return and floats it back toward the center of the court, Xian's serve return will be put to the test right away. The point from stroke 1 will be dictated by Eala. In contrast, the Xiong serve depends more on location than on speed. To escape that deadly forehand, she must hit her places well, focusing on Eala's backhand wing. But Eala's two-handed backhand has significantly improved, transforming it from a defensive weakness into a reliable rallying shot that occasionally flattens out with time. Eala will undoubtedly feast on the second serves if Xiong's first serve percent declines. She will stride aggressively inside the baseline and seize possession to rally right away. Coco Gauff's ominous shadow. We can't talk about this game without talking about the significant ramifications of the draw. There is no trophy awarded to the victor of this titanic battle between Eala and Zhang. They receive a ticket to the round of 32, where a well-known and extremely dangerous shadow looms huge. American superstar Coco Gauff, ranked 4th in the world, is probably waiting in the wings to take on Bianca Andreescu or a qualifier in her own second-round match. The final incentive for Eala is the possibility of facing Gauff in the third round. Eala played Gauff in the quarterfinals of the Dubai Tennis Championships a few weeks ago. It was a much-awaited encounter, but Gauff destroyed Eala in straight sets, 6-0, 6-2, using her superior defensive abilities and experience. Gauff fully neutralized Eala's influence by taking advantage of her unintentional mistakes. Eala is a strong rival. That loss in Dubai still hurts. She is aware that she must solve the Coco Gauff riddle in order to demonstrate that she is prepared to regularly contend for Grand Slam titles. To get the much-desired rematch, overcoming Zhang Shuai is a difficult but necessary step. The idea of playing Coco Gauff is equally exciting to Zhang Shuai. A 37-year-old deep run at a WTA 1000 tournament. In a way that few late career runs have ever done, she would cement her reputation by stringing together victories over young prodigies like Eala and possibly challenging top 5 mainstays like Gauff. It would demonstrate her continuing talent and physical toughness. Asian tennis supremacy in a larger perspective. Looking beyond the tactical details, this encounter marks an intriguing turning point in Asian tennis. For a long time, East Asia dominated the story of Asian success on the WTA Tour, with to the groundbreaking discoveries made by China's Lina Na and then by Japan's Naomi Osaka. China has made significant investments in tennis infrastructure, resulting in a strong pool of top 100 players. For more over 10 years, Zhang Shuai has been a constant, stabilizing influence in that story. This established geography is upset by the rise of Alexandra Eala. I'm from the Philippines, a country known for its love of boxing and basketball. By herself, Eala is changing her nation's sports culture. Her fan base is fervent, devoted, and passionate. The indicators for viewership increase when Eala performs. The stadium's atmosphere changes. She is introducing a whole new fan base to the WTA Tour. These two realms of influence collide as Eala and Zhang square off. The Chinese median fans are observing with a mixture of apprehension and reverence. Although they are aware of Eala's tremendous potential, they fervently want their seasoned flag carrier to maintain her position. The Filipino supporters are watching this game with pure, unadulterated hope, seeing it as another necessary step in Eala's journey to the top of the sport. A second-round match at Indian Wells becomes a worldwide tennis event because of this underlying cultural and geographical conflict. We are left in awe of the incredible theater that the 2026 BNP Paribas Open is offering as we conclude our thorough analysis. There is much more to the match between Zhang Shuai and Alexandra Eala in the round of 64 than just a box score. It is a masterfully intricate story that is intertwined with themes of historical legacy, generational change, tactical skill, and intense patriotism. China is currently experiencing a genuine shock. The realization that the future they have been hearing about has finally reached their door is startling. With the thunderous backing of the country and a deadly left-handed racket. On the drenched courts of tennis paradise, it has to be determined if Alexandra Eala will just overwhelm the veteran with her youthful talent or if Zhang Shuai will use the magic of her renowned career to stop this momentum. There is little doubt that these kinds of matches are essential to professional tennis. They serve as a reminder of why we watch. We observe as human resilience is put to the ultimate test. We observe the development of athletic technique. And we watch to see the precise moments when the torch of greatness is hotly contended, battled for with all of our might and persistence. For Alexandra Eala, overcoming the current pressure is only another challenge in her fast training at the top of the sport. Carrying the aspirations of the Philippines with her, she advances toward a much-anticipated rematch with Coco Gauff if she prevails. She will learn a hard lesson about the lasting value of veteran experience if she loses. A reminder that tactical patience must always be combined with raw power. For Zhang Shuai, this competition is already the culmination of an incredible career. However, given her competitive nature, she won't be content to just turn up. She will enter that court with complete confidence in her abilities to analyze the young Filipina's style of play. The tennis world clutches its breath as Indian Wells is exposed to the scorching desert sun. Every single point, every tactical change, and every swing in emotional momentum will be observed.